Hello, Amarleen.
Yeah,
I'm Eileen from Winners Education.
nice
Okay.
to meet you.
Hi, sir.
Hi there.
Hi, Prim, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, okay, great. Good to see both of you here. So, thanks for logging in on time. So let me just share with you what is the objective of this topical assessment, Alan. It's actually to better understand your strength and weakness in your chemistry so that we can see how Winners Education can actually help you with your O levels chemistry, which is in a few months' time.
Okay.
Right, great. Now, Winners Education, we work best with parents and students who shares the following traits. For example, they are willing to accept feedback without getting offended. They take massive actions. They actually apply what is being taught. Okay. On the other hand, right, we don't work so well with parents and students when they pushes the blame to the teachers and tutors, comes up with all kinds of excuse why not doing well, just one shortcut, not willing to apply what is being taught, not willing to do the hard work. Then we don't enjoy working with each other very well. All right. So at the end of this session, right, if let's say we are not a good fit, I'll point you to the best possible direction. If we are a good fit, I'll share with you the programs that our students go through to pass their chemistry with distinction. Does it all make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Prim, you will be actually be together with her during this session.
Yes.
Okay, great. So later on, when I actually share with you the program that our students go through, right? Will you be the decision maker or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right, okay, Ken. So, Aline, let's come back to you. Could you just share with me what you enjoy doing during your free time?
I do drama, so I enjoy like drama and just like hanging out with my friends and reading books.
Okay. So you mean to say, are you like in the drama club in school or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So this year, are you busy with, do y'all have like things like SYF and things like that?
Yeah, but I'm not involved in SYF that much.
Okay.
So and I'm leaving my CCA in April.
Okay, that's where most of the Sec 4s are stepping down as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, then let's come back to chemistry. So, Amarleen, just to check with you. So if I were to ask you, right, what is your level of struggle in chemistry at this moment on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being you are ready to score in any test or exam tomorrow. 10 being you do not know what is happening right now in the subject. What would you say is your level of struggle?
Like a 6 because I'm a bit confused with all the chemicals and everything.
Okay, so let me just put this down so that I can share with Mr. Chua as well. So
Okay.
you mentioned that you are confused.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you exactly confused about?
I find it hard to memorize like all the different like characteristics of the chemicals and like what color like precipitates they form and like how they react with others.
Okay, and how long have you been so-called confused? Since when?
I think since like last year, like the middle of last year, but yeah.
Since last year, maybe would you say around like maybe May period?
Um, maybe like June.
Okay, June period. Well, was there any particular topic that like started all these things?
I don't remember the name, but it's like the reaction topic when like they teach like the different reactions between chemicals.
Are you referring to things like acid bases? Or is
Yeah,
it mole calculation?
no, mole is fine. I think it's like acid bases, something like that.
Okay, acid bases. Okay. And then last year, how do you do for your end of year?
I think I got like a C5.
Okay, 50+%?
Yeah, More than
Okay. Were you doing better in your WAs, like the earlier, smaller test?
No, I did better for my EOIs. Yeah. I was failing my WAs and then my EOIs I passed.
Oh, that is interesting to note. Okay, so WAs you were not doing well, you were failing, but EOYs you pass.
Yeah.
What caused the change actually?
Because my mom was doing like a bunch of practice papers with me. So yeah. So it
You
kind of
mean as in during your WAs, she left it on your own to cope with it?
yeah. And then like she realized I was struggling. So she helped me with like practice papers and all during like near EOI season. Yeah.
Ah, no wonder there is a change, okay. Because most of the students I speak with, right, they usually do okay for WAs, but when it comes to EOY, they just like get borderline pass-fail kind of result.
Yeah.
Your situation is a little bit different because your mom actually helped you out with that. Okay. Okay, so you attended one of Mr. Last week, Mr. Chua's class, right?
Yes.
On energetics. Can I know whether this is a topic that you have learned in school or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, then may I ask, are you understanding what he is talking about in lesson?
Yeah, I was really surprised because usually during chemistry class in school, I don't really understand what my teacher's talking about, but I could really understand what he was saying and it just made sense.
And then, I mean, that is a kind of strange, right? I mean, you just know him and it's a topic that you have not learned. Then may I ask, like, what about the way that he teach that makes you understand?
I think it's like his enthusiasm when he teaches, it just makes me want to like focus in class while my teachers in school are like they're kind of slow, so it's hard to focus that much.
I see, I see. So you could actually understand what he was actually
Yeah.
like teaching you. Okay, pretty awesome. Okay, so this week I guess he will be starting the application whereby he will show you all how to apply it to application question.
Yeah.
Rest assured, his set of questions, right? It ranges from basic, so he will start you off on basic all the way to challenging. And he will be discussing the question live by sharing with you what is his thinking process, like what are the main parts that he will be focusing on, and how to go about crafting, if let's say it's a structured question, crafting using the right keywords. So everything
Okay.
will be done live in front of you. Very rarely would you actually see him flashing standard answers on the board and then reading it off on the board. Okay, so it will be done live in front. Okay, great. So Amarleen, can I just check with you what is your goal for your O-level pure chemistry?
I hope to like get at least a B3 for my chemistry.
Okay. And why would you want to get at least a B3 for your chemistry?
Because I feel like I've been struggling with it a lot and I just want to like prove to myself that I can get like a B, at least a B, or like trying to get like an A or something.
Okay. And where will this result get you to? Like what will it get you if you achieve this?
Happiness.
Sorry?
Happiness.
I didn't catch the word.
Happiness.
Happiness. Okay. Happiness. Okay. 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 So we need to help you to achieve that happiness, huh? Okay. At least a B3. Okay. I hear you clearly. So, what exactly do you need in order to, to get your B3 at least?
I think I just need like more understanding for the chapter because I don't really understand the chapters, which like makes it hard to like memorize because I don't understand where to apply.
Okay. So you want to have better understanding in the topics. What else?
And I want to be able to like know how to like use like what formulas to use and how to do it without thinking back, like having to memorize. I just want to like know because I have it like down in my head.
So do you mean to say that you want to memorize less?
Yes, I want to memorize.
And yet you're still able to get the questions correct?
Yes, because memorizing makes me sometimes forget like on the actual exam.
Okay. Have you been memorizing a lot of things for your chemistry?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. And how does it make you feel? Because you are learning more and more. So you will be memorizing more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there's so many things I've memorized that like during the exam I'm not quite sure, oh, which one was it that I memorized for this chapter, which one was it that I memorized for the next question. Yeah.
Okay. And then are there times whereby you forget what you have so-called memorized?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. And are there times that you actually remembered, but then you do not know how to use it for the questions?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like I don't really understand like the topic. So I don't really know where to apply the different things.
Okay. Does your school have any WA ones?
Yes, CA1, yeah.
Yeah. So like, is it over already?
No, it's next week.
Oh, yours is next week.
Yes.
Ah, okay, okay. All right. Okay. Can. All right. Can all right. Amarleen, I forgot to actually send your mom the message. You need to get ready a periodic table because you need a periodic table to actually work on the questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need you to get ready a periodic table. You need calculator, I believe, for some basic calculation. Okay. Now that I have a better understanding, we can actually start the topical assessment. Just to let you know what it's all about. Now, the topical assessments are just MCQ questions that is based on the major Sec 3 topics.
Okay.
Okay. So I believe these topics are things that you have already learned before.
Okay.
You will be given 1.5 minutes for each question. So you have 25 minutes to complete.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure after you finish all the 16 questions, you click on the submit button so that your options, your answers will be sent over. Then after that, we can actually quickly review that to see how many questions you have gotten it correct.
Okay.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to copy the link so that you can. You are using an iPad?
Yes, iPad.
Yeah, I mean, I know because the other time there was this other student also using iPad and the screen can zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. I was like kind of amazed with that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Okay, so I have actually pasted the link on the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, you just need to click in and then make sure you are looking at Sec 4 Topical Assessment Term 1.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You have that? Okay, so let me just put the time down. Now is, let's say 8:40. 8:40, 25 minutes later will be 9:05. All right. Okay, so meanwhile, what I'll do, I'll be switching off my mic and my camera so that you can focus on completing this topical assessment.
Okay.
Okay. Then should I give your dad or mom the call just to hear their side of story?
I can just yeah, you can give my mom the call.
Okay. All right then. Thank you. I'll see you at 9:05.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry there.
Hi, Amarleen. Okay, so I have gotten your response to the questions already. Now, can I just check with you, right? The topics that you have in the assessment, right? Are there things that you have actually learned in your Sec 3?
My school hasn't taught QA yet. Like they just started teaching it.
Ah, okay, so QA not done. Let me just mark a note. Anything else that is not done yet?
No, everything else has been done.
So just to confirm, you have learned bonding, acid bases, sorts, periodic table.
Yeah.
Okay, just QA not done. Okay. All right. Okay. Then just now I mean, as in your mom was telling me the first question that I mean as in you mentioned that you didn't know how to work on the first question. Was it the one?
Oh no, I was just kidding. I knew how to do it.
Okay, I was like, you got the first question correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let me how many questions do you think you are correct? Okay, let me just take out the QA because I wasn't aware that you have not covered QA.
Yeah,
Quite
my school is really slow. Like they skip topics a lot.
they skip topics a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe why not we do it this way? I think I better jot down what are the things you have learned so far. Let me just read you the topic. You tell me whether you have learned it either this year or last year.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get the topic list out. Okay. All the way back in your Sec 3, kinetic particle theory,
Yeah, I've done that.
element compound mixture,
Yeah.
atomic structure,
Yeah.
experimental design.
I don't think so.
Okay, this experimental design is like basically, it's a very short thing. It's talking about like accuracy of your apparatus and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How about purification and separation?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think the rest it's like bonding, you have done it. Acid, bases, salt, mole, you have done it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. QA, no. Oxidation reduction.
No, not yet.
Oxidation reduction, not yet. Okay. And how periodic table, yeah, right? Okay, periodic table, yes. And metals and reactivity series.
Yeah.
Okay. Rate of reaction.
They just taught it, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Rate of reaction is things like, you know, the 5 factors
Yeah.
that, okay, that
Yeah.
one. Okay. Energetics, no. Electrochemistry.
No.
Okay, then I think I don't even have to ask you the rest already because okay, how about things like air? No. Ammonia?
Yeah, ammonia, yeah.
You learn ammonia, okay. Okay, ammonia you learn. And I think organic chemistry you have not learned for sure because this is big. Electrochemistry?
No.
No, okay, got you. All right. Okay, now that I have a better understanding, let me just take out to be fair to you, since you have not learned QA yet. 1, 2, 3. 3 questions on QA. 4 questions. Okay, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 questions on QA. Okay. So question 8, no. Question 9, no. But you got a question on QA, correct? Anyway. 11, 12, 13. Okay, 5 questions on QA. Okay, let's take out all these 5 questions on QA. So total 16 minus away 5, so 11 question. So how out of this 11 questions so-called that you have learned, right? How many do you think you get it correct?
Like 5.
1, 2. Okay, so it's like 50%, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me just calculate again. 1, 2, 3, so 3. Okay. Okay, so this one. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let me just check. By the way, your upcoming test, right? What will you be tested on?
I think rate of reactions. Yeah, rate of reaction.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, just on rate of reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me share screen with you. Okay, there are 5 questions, so it's out of 11. Here we have. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe you need to zoom in a little bit bigger now to see it clearer. Okay, now Mr. Chua actually divided the questions into 2 broad categories. Now, the first set of questions, there are 11 of them. It's basically testing you on your basic concept and associated keywords. These are the straightforward questions. All right. Then there are another 5 questions. These are more of the application base.
Okay.
So you can see that I mark out the cross. There are 5 questions on QA. So I'm not going to like talk about those because it's something that you have not learned. So that means to say there are 11 questions left, and out of 11, right, you got 3 correct.
Okay.
That will be 27%. Okay. Then the average score for this topical assessment is 63%. Then for our students, right, after they attend our program, they score 88% for this assessment. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so how do you feel about your score? Is it like an accurate reflection of this Sec 3 topics?
Yeah, I think so. Because I feel like during Sec 3, I didn't really understand very well.
Okay. Right. Now let me share with you one of the questions. Then you see how I use Mr. Chua way of teaching. He emphasized a lot on his teaching methodology is the BAM technique. So in the last lesson, right, you experienced the B and the A, whereby he actually spent time to actually explain the basic concept, the associated keywords in the content itself. All right. Then this coming Sunday, you will see the M, which is mapping in action, where he actually talks to you about the application question. How do you make use of the content you have learned and map it on questions?
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to share screen with you on one of the question. It's actually a graph question that you have done just now. Let me stop share and then share that question. I believe it is question number 5, a graph question. Okay, let me quickly share it. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now, could you first share with me what topic is this question from?
Acids and bases.
Yes, acid and bases, you're right. Okay, help me read the question. Are there any important keywords I should pay attention to?
Change in pH.
Okay, so we are interested in how the pH changes. pH,
Excess of hydrochloric acid,
excess of hydrochloric acid. Okay,
and aqueous sodium hydroxide.
okay, right. These are the reactants that is involved. Okay, great. So what happened is best if you can actually visualize. This is a very simple experiment. So allow me to just draw a very simple diagram. My drawing might not be the best, but you know, just to get my point across. So we have what we call a burette. Then we have what we have here, a conical flask. Okay. My very first question to you is, Amarlina, could you share with me, right? Where should I put each of my chemical? I have 2 chemicals like you told me. One is HCl and one is NaOH.
Sodium hydroxide in the conical flask and hydrochloric acid in the burette.
Okay. Can you just share with me the chemical formula for sodium hydroxide so that I don't have to spell it out? I just write it
NaOH.
NaOH. Okay. And how about hydrochloric acid?
HCl.
Okay, great. And can I ask, how do you decide on where to put what?
Because hydrochloric acid is added into the sodium hydroxide.
Very good. So it's English, yeah? Very good. Just to let you know, there are people who give me the opposite. Okay? Okay, so it's English. Your English is good. So now we're going to start. Okay. So now to measure pH, right, we have this thing. I'm not sure whether your school has it or whether you have used it before. It's actually like a pH meter. Okay, it will like show you, you dip something inside, then there will be a screen. It will show you what is the pH whereby you're dipping into the solution. So this thing is, let's say, for example, the pH meter that tells you what is the value. Okay. So at time 0, where we have not exactly started the experiment, but I dip this pH meter into my conical flask here. So what kind of pH value will I be expecting?
A pH greater than 7 because NaOH is a base.
Okay, let's be even more precise than that. What kind of a base is your NaOH? Is it a strong or a weak base?
A strong base.
Strong doesn't seem to be very confident, but you are right. It is a strong base. So we learn in chemistry, strong base, they have a pH of about 13 to 14. Okay, so that means to say, right, there are two options here that shows me in the range of 13 to 14 is my option C and my option D, correct? That means to say, okay, A and B can't be my answer. Okay, so then we're going to start the reaction. So it's either this, C or D. So could you share with me, I'm going to write a chemical equation so that we can see what are the products that is formed, okay, to have a better understanding. So
Okay.
we have NaOH plus HCl. Could you share with me the products that could be formed on the other side?
NaCl, and H2O.
Thank you. You are right. Can you just check for me whether I have write the chemical formula correctly?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so now we're going to be at this reaction, right? Do you know the name to this special reaction?
Neutralization.
Very good, neutralization. Okay, this is neutralization reaction, and it always gives us the product. Water is one of the main product. Okay, cool. So right now we imagine you. Okay, you're gonna start the reaction. You're gonna release the catch over here on the burette, and you're gonna let your HCl drip down. You know, as this happens, right? Okay, it comes to a point whereby this salt solution will be formed. Okay, and the pH meter will change. From 13, 14, it will go lower, lower, lower. Okay, it will go to this point whereby over here it is 7. Agree?
Yeah.
Because, right, when the reaction is complete based on these two chemicals that you have over here, it will give us our NaCl and it gives us our water. And salt solution has the pH of, is neutral. So we say it has a pH of 7, just like water.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So now, this is the important part. All right. There is this very important keywords that we have not touched on, and that will give you the right answer. Do you know what keywords that we have not talked about?
Excess.
Exactly. So, right, when I'll just use an example, 1 mole of NaOH reacted with 1 mole of HCl, you end up with the salt solution, and that has a pH value of 7. But what is going to happen next is you're going to continue dripping until you drip so much. There is so much excess HCl inside the conical flask here. And what happened to the pH meter right now when you check on it?
The value decreases more
Yes. And why does the value decreases more?
because there's more acid inside.
There is no?
There's more acid.
Exactly. There is actually more acid inside. And what kind of acid is your HCl? Strong or weak?
A strong acid.
Yes. And we learned that in strong acid, the pH is about?
Like 2.
Yeah, 1 to 2 kind. And that is the reason why the answer for this question is?
D.
D. May I know why you choose C as your answer?
Because I didn't read the word in excess.
Ah, okay. So now do you realize? Okay. The earlier question that I asked you was, could you help me to pick up the keywords first? Because if we don't pick up the keywords, we'll be caught up with a lot of things that comes along. Okay. And
Okay.
also, I'm just using a diagram to actually illustrate it. Okay. So it's really up to you whether it helps you better in terms of your visualization, in terms of, you know, more confident of your answer. But you realize that there are things and questions that ask you along the way. These are all the basic concepts and the associated keywords that you must be sure of. Not to mention your ability to actually form the reaction with the correct chemical formula. Okay, so for this equation, I think it's fine. You got the chemical formula for your acids and your bases correctly. You show your understanding of the pH value, just that you aren't very sure. Okay, And this is actually a relatively easy question. So wouldn't it be such a waste, right? Just because you miss out the word excess, then
Yeah.
you lost that 1 mark, right?
Yeah.
So that's why in chemistry, Mr. Chua always emphasize, pick up the keywords and you have to have strong understanding. Okay, right from the beginning of where you put your chemicals, that play a very, very important part already. Okay, so that is a thing that I actually want to share with you. And this is what Mr. Chua do, right, when he actually talks about MCQ question. One of his method that he always encourages students to do is to do it by elimination. So that, from 4 options, you just need to focus on 2. And from 2, right, even let's say you are not quite sure of the question, you actually bring up the probability of getting it correct from 25%, you bring it up to 50% already, just by your ability to eliminate.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to eliminate, you need to know what you are doing in this question. And it doesn't come from memorizing, it comes from putting what you have learned into this question.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, so just one last question before I go ahead and share with the plans that Mr. Chua for Sec 4 student. So, Amarleen, understand just now I heard from you earlier on like the challenges that you're facing in chemistry and that you want to get minimally at least a B3 for your chemistry. You wanted to actually have better understanding in the topic so that, you don't have to depend so much on memory. You can really, do it from internally, like things that you know. So may I ask, what is your level of commitment in order to actually achieve what you want? 1
Um,
being, you just leave things as it is. 10 being you're ready to run through the brick wall to get what you want.
I would say like an 8 or 9,
Okay.
right?
And why would you say it's like an 8 to 9?
Because I feel like I'm willing to do like almost whatever it takes, but like I'm not sure. Like I feel like right now I'm very busy, so I'm not sure like how much commitment I have, but I want to have a commitment of like 10. Like that's what my aim is.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Excellent. Like I mentioned to you all earlier on, right? We work with students who are actually highly committed because they are willing to actually improve regardless of current school grades, and current school. Okay, great. Great to hear. Okay, let me just share with you all what we have, the program that our students go through to pass chemistry with distinction. Let me share screen with you. This is okay. Okay, could you actually see my slides?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So, oops. Now, like I mentioned earlier on, Prim, you can also see as well.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, great. So we work very well with parents and students who are open to feedback, embrace discomfort without getting offended, take ownership, admit mistakes, take massive actions, hungry to improve your grades, open to new concepts and strategies, apply what is being taught, do whatever it takes to improve regardless of your school and current chemistry grade. We are very confident in helping you to achieve what you want or even better. Okay. Mr. Chua's program, right, is designed in such a way to help students to pass chemistry with distinction, regardless of what grades you are coming in with. Okay. However, right, this will not be for you if you are close-minded. You dislike feedbacks, take little or no action, push the blame on the teacher or tutor, come up with all kinds of excuses why not doing well, just want shortcuts, do last-minute revision, depends on luck, not willing to learn new strategies, not willing to follow instructions and willing to change, then we are not very confident in helping you to achieve what you want. Mr. Chua's technique is based on this PAM technique, whereby he always focuses on, whenever he starts a new topic, explaining the concepts and the associated keywords so that students can actually relate to it. So he has his own analogies, his own set of stories, whereby he brings it into class and then share with students so that you all can really understand in depth of what you are learning in chemistry instead of relying on memorizing. Okay. And when he is done with that part, then it is only then he goes into the mapping skills. putting the things that you have learned into the context of the application question. Okay, and it applies for any type of question, from simple questions all the way to challenging questions. Now, in Sec 3, right, these are the topics that he has already covered in his classes last year. Those are the topics that I've actually shared with you earlier on as well. Amarleen, if you remember, I was checking with you whether you have learned these topics. You have actually covered quite a majority of them. And these topics are the foundation.
Okay.
So you realize that you are struggling with chemistry currently in Sec 4 because of what happened last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Later on, I'll explain a little bit more. How come there are these special topics with 5 stars behind them? Okay, these are what we call our 5 pillars of chemistry.
Okay.
Yep. Now, in Sec 4, the focus changes from foundation, we go into application. Making use of what you have learned in the earlier part, whether it's Sec 3, to actually apply in the understanding of these topics. So the curriculum for Sec 4 will actually be completed by end of June. And these are the topics that Mr. Chow will be teaching. Currently, right now, he's on energetics. The next topic that he will go into will be oxidation and reduction, which is a prerequisite to this. Let me show you all the entire lesson plan for Sec 4 first. Then you all have a better idea. So from January to end of June, that is where he will finish his Sec 4 syllabus.
Okay.
Then what happens from July to October? He has about 16 to 17 weeks. And what he does during this 16 to 17 weeks is to actually prepare you for your O-level exams by using questions. So he'll be focusing on the mapping skills. Okay? In chemistry, there are about 20 topics that you need to actually learn it properly before you go for your O-level exam.
Okay.
So he only has time to focusing on the answering technique part. That is what his topical revision is all about. Then there's this 3 paper 3, paper 2, paper 1. This 3 represents our final exam boosters, whereby it is actually designed to help you out with each of your O-level papers. For example, your practical will be your first one, usually happening end of September, early October. That will be your first paper.
Yeah.
Second paper is your structure. That is where you are marked based on your keywords. And your last paper is your MCQ. And this MCQ is 30% weighting. So your whole aim is to make sure you get full marks for MCQ, which is very, very possible.
Okay.
Now, this is the lesson plan. Currently, right now, we are end of February, March period. So he is on energetics over here. So come, I think he's a little bit ahead of his plan. It will be oxidation reduction, which is a prerequisite to this topic called electrochemistry. Then come May, he will cover this major topic called organic chemistry before finishing up the syllabus with these 2 other topics called air as well as ammonia.
Okay.
Then this is a part, what we call the revision period, answering techniques. So these are the things that he will be covering in the last 4 months to O-level. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, remember just now I was telling you all there are these 5 topics that he actually marked it out. He called it the 5 pillars. And for one very simple reason, if you're struggling with your chemistry right now, we are very sure it has to be something to do with your understanding, your understanding level in one of these 5 pillars. Chemical bonding itself is linked right from the first few topics of Sec 3 all the way to the last few topics of Sec 4. Linked to 10 other topics. Okay, so right now, this is what you're learning. Energy changes is the old name for energetics. There is chemical bonding inside as well. It's just a matter of whether you realize it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is chemical bonding and acid-base salt. If you are struggling with acid-base salt, it will affect your QA. Okay, it will affect your mole because you are not sure of the reaction that is happening. You cannot write the chemical formula correctly. You cannot calculate. Then it's also linked to your rate of reaction, linked to air, ammonia, electrolysis, and your practical. And the last pillar of chemistry is mole. It is linked to these other topics. That's why he always emphasized making sure that your foundation is set strong so that you can handle the rest of the topics.
Okay.
You must take care of the basics so that the rest will take care of itself. Okay? Now, just to share with you what some of our students say after attending his lesson. We have this boy called Gerald Leong. He's from Maristella. So what happened is he scored a B4 for his WA2. But he wasn't confident in chemistry. Why? His result was bouncing up and down like a yo-yo. Okay? And then after he joined us, this is what really helped him, like he mentioned over here. By mastering the keywords, understanding chemistry instead of just memorizing. He improved to an A1 for his prelim and continue with that grade for his O-level. Okay, so Jared. So another student, this student is Sarah. Her problem actually starts with topics like acid, bases, salt, and mole. It starts all the way back in Sec 3, right? She was doing a C5. So the dad actually sent her in for a holiday program. And then she cleared the understanding of this topic. For her end of year Sec 3 exam, she got A2. Just 1 mark away from her A1. And just one last student, Ephraim Ong. His problem is a little bit different. He found that the school lessons was very puzzling, confusing, and messy. He got E8 for his WAs. So for him, right, what really helped was, other than Mr. Chua constant guidance, was the notes, as well as the questions that targeted at the basic concept and keywords that is required to score. Okay, so he went from E8 from his WAs to A1 for O-level. Right now, he's in Nanyang JC. All right. Okay, so the reason why I share with you all these different stories is that different students actually come in with a different reason, but they went through the same way that Mr. Chua was teaching using his BAM technique. It has worked effectively for them. And it will definitely work for you when you actually learn and apply it in your work. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so now we for students who has missed out on Sec 3, I think one of the common question is how can I catch up on the Sec 3? Since it seems like Mr. Chua's lesson plan he doesn't have time to really go back for Sec 3. Okay, so this is the question that I'll be addressing over here. We have this plan itself called the yearly plan that allows students to attend both the Sec 3 and Sec 4 curriculum within the same year. Notes will be provided for all the lessons. After every lesson, the lessons recording will be provided as well for you to catch up on anything that you miss out. Okay, serve as a very good review as well. And after every topic, there will be an assignment that you need to submit for Mr. Chua to mark. And the intention of this is for Mr. Chua to actually see how much you have actually understand from the lessons and whether you are applying what he has taught you in the sessions. Okay? Then for any questions, you can reach out to him via the Telegram support, or you can arrange to see him one-to-one, either before your classes or after your classes.
Okay.
All our classes are scheduled with a 30 minutes interval before lesson and after lesson. Okay. Now, during the June holidays, there are 7 major topics that Mr. Chua will be running to actually help students to actually recap on the basic concept, the associated keywords, as well as how to apply on question. Then the 3 exam boosters is what I've told you all earlier on. It happens before each of the O-level papers. Okay. There is also access to the entire Sec 3 and Sec 4 online curriculum as well. Okay. So this is the yearly plan for students who wants to actually close their gap in their Sec 3 syllabus. We have the other plan for students, which is just focusing on the Sec 4 curriculum, and it's based on 12 lessons per term. The notes will be provided. There will be lessons recording. Assignment must be submitted. Clarification can be done via Telegram or one-to-one. Okay, so Amarleen, you actually start off with the 4 weeks bootcamp, which is what is over here.
Okay.
All right. So other than the fees for the termly and the yearly, right? What questions do you all have?
I mean, I think the main thing it would be whether that like, but you have addressed it, like, how she would be able to catch up with the gaps in her Sec 3 so that she can continue to do well, or she can start to do well for her Sec 4
Yeah.
end of year lah. So I think that was the main concern, or something that we were thinking about. But yeah, but you've covered that really lah. So apart from that, I really don't have any other further questions.
Okay. How about you, Amarleen?
No, I have no questions.
Okay. So like I mentioned, right, for the Sec 3, we have students who are actually joining us for both the Sec 3 and Sec 4 class per week to actually catch up. So this is one option whereby they can actually join in the weekly sessions. There's another option. There are also students who actually choose to join the intensive revision during the June holidays to catch up on the Sec 3 major topics, like what I mentioned earlier on, the 5 pillars. So it comes down to each and every student's preference.
Can I just take a picture of this so that
Yes.
just give me a moment. Just one other thing is that in the month of June, early the first week of June, we will be away on a holiday. Is it possible to have like a Zoom program instead
You
of?
mean log into the lessons via Zoom?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that is not a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
What about all these other like the intensive programs and all? If let's say we are not around, then how do we manage that?
For the workshop, you were talking about this intensive revision during the June holidays, right?
Yes.
There is option for lock-in as well, because all our sessions are hybrid. So we have students attending it on-site at our center. At the same time, there are a handful of students who are also logging in.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So in her case, based on what you have seen and the assessment done and all, what would your recommendation be?
Okay. Based on the topical assessment and based on what I have communicated with her and I have also gathered from your wife, I personally feel that she must definitely close her gaps in Sec 3. Otherwise, right, she might be able to understand what Mr. Chua is teaching in Sec 4. But when it comes to application questions itself, that is where I will see the main challenge in. Because when it comes to application questions could be linked to not just the topic that she's learning. It can go all the way back to her Sec 3 work. So I think for her to actually build out her confidence on a consistent basis, right, she should catch up on her Sec 3 work as soon as possible.
Okay. So, so for the intensive revision in June.
Yeah.
Which day of the weeks are these classes, or is it like I don't know, 2 times a week? Is it? If I see from 7 sessions.
Okay. So, okay, let me just go back to just give me a second. So, let me just clarify. There are 2 ways that she can catch up on her Sec 3 work. The first way is to actually start based on a weekly schedule, like what she's doing for Sec 4. But there'll be an additional class for her Sec 3. It will be a different class from her Sec 4.
Okay.
That is one way. So she can actually start attending right away. If not, then she will have to wait until June, whereby she will attend the intensive revision workshop. Then I'm going to show you the topics itself. And in terms of this intensive revision, right, it happens on weekdays and it's on a 4 hours duration basis. Okay, let me just give you an example. The 5 pillars workshop covering chemical bonding, acid, bases, salt, mole calculation will take 7 days to complete. Each day is 4 hours. So it could be Monday to a Friday, and then another Monday to a Tuesday to complete these 5 pillars.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So if she was to go to like what you mentioned, the Sec 3 and Sec 4 class now, right, on a weekly
Yes.
basis, when are the Sec 3 classes?
We have 2 classes. One Sec 3 class is every Tuesday, 5 to 7.
Okay.
Another Sec 3 class is every Sunday, 3 to 5.
So her current class is
Her
okay.
current class is Sunday, right?
Yeah,
The
Sunday.
12:30 p.m. class.
12:30 to 2:30, then half
Yes.
an hour break, and then go for another class lah.
Yes.
Is it? I mean, your other students that have gone through this, is it like burnout too much or?
Okay, we have students who actually carry on after the Sec 4 class. We also have students who actually choose the Tuesday class. So
Okay.
once again, it depends on students. Some students, they prefer to, like within the same day, finishing up the Sec 3 lessons. Others, they prefer to actually spread it out. And it comes down to different different consideration, like her schedule and her personal learning style. What does she prefer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think let me just go and discuss this with my wife.
Okay. Let me share with you all the fee structure for the yearly and the termly.
Okay.
Okay. For the yearly, where it consists of everything. By the way, let's say there are certain things that she has missed out, right? We'll be providing her as well.
Okay.
For example, the Sec 3 class actually started since January, right? So she has missed out the lessons for January and say February. So these topics will be provided her under the online curriculum.
Okay.
The same will apply for Sec 4. She missed out the lessons in January and February as well. So right, in fact, she has the materials for the topics. The actual classroom recording will be provided to her under the online curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So for the yearly plan, it's a one-time payment of $8,500. And for the termly plan, based on 12 lessons, it is 1,620.
Okay. Any other questions? Termly plan is one. When you say termly plan, is how many sessions? 12 sessions, right?
12 sessions, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this will be like both Sec 3 and Sec 4 work, right?
Oh no. For the termly plan, it's just focusing on the Sec 4 curriculum.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the termly is just a Sec 4 work, then it's only
Yes.
the one that is a mix. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. So Prim, just to let you know, if you can make the decision by Saturday, then Mr. Choi is actually giving additional $600 off from the one-time payment. And also, right, the boot camp fees that you have paid for her, $600 can be offset from this one-time payment as well.
Sorry, so means what? That means that there'll be 2 offsets of 600 or just one?
Yes, 2 offset. One is if you can actually make the decision by Saturday.
Okay.
That will be the first offset of 600. The second offset comes from the boot camp payment.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I will get back to you. By tomorrow or so. I don't think.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Amarleen, so keep up the energy that you have. And if you have any questions, right, raise it up during class, or you can actually clarify with Mr. Chong on Telegram, clarify with him face-to-face as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. That's all from me tonight.
Okay, have a
Alright,
good
good night.
night.
Okay, good night. Bye bye.